Welcome today to one of my first videos. And I know this may seem a very weird first video, you know, for a new channel, because usually you guys would like to see content before you do something major like this. And I know that it may seem kind of like, oh, it's just someone who just wants to raise money or something. But to be honest, this is a real cause. Okay, so on last month's newsletter, King Zyle talked about raising money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, ExtraLife. So every year I've been doing it, and this year this is my first channel. And on the 5th of November, I will be doing a live stream. Now I will leave my Twitter and my Twitter in the description and my Twitch. But as you can see, they're happy because we've raised over $3,000 before. And so all I'm asking is that I don't really care about the prizes. It's because I've had a cousin who's died, like they've died from cancer, and it really hurts my heart. But now to know that there is something else that can help, and you don't have to donate. Maybe just your words of kindness will help me. But it's more like I really want to help these kids out because I'm a very caring person, and to know that there is a way for us to help, even if we're not there physically, financially, we could help. We could help them find closer to a cure. So here it is, ExtraLife, and well, I've got my account set up, and I'm just gonna go to my page. This is me. I gotta get my page set up because I made it a new one this year, and it says, "Dear friends and family, I'm on a mission to save kids, and I need your help. My local Children's Miracle Network hospital treats thousands of children each year. Regardless of their family ability to pay, these kids are facing scary stuff like cancer, cystic fibrosis, and injuries from accidents, to name just a few. I'll be participating in this huge worldwide celebration of the social impact of gamers of all kinds, from video games to board games and tabletop RPGs. Since 2008, ExtraLife has raised more than $22 million. Now you see, just from playing a game, you can still raise money and still help someone. To children's hospitals providing critical treatment and healthcare services, pediatric medical equipment, research, and charitable care. It is my sincere hope that you'll find it in your own heart to support my efforts with a monthly pledge or one-time gift that will go directly to my hospital. Your donation is tax deductible, and all proceeds go help to the kids." So as you can see, well, all proceeds go to the kids, and I probably want to show this video so you guys can see it.
She was the flyer. She's the one that they would, get and throw into the air.
She was this cute, petite, tiny little girl with just a head full of long, blonde hair. She wasn't afraid of heights. In fact, she wasn't really afraid of anything.
We had noticed she had just gotten weak. I said, "What's the matter with you?" I said, "You're a tumbler. You can tumble and do backflips." It progressed from that to she fainted a couple times. So I took her into the doctor the next day, and they immediately sent us to Texas Children's Hospital.
She was just, from the moment I met her, she was about 11 years old, she just had a sort of magical presence about her, and nothing would keep that girl down.
Victoria was diagnosed at the age of 11 and a half with acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
In today's world, we cure, go away forever, about 80% of children. In 1965, we cured 5% of children. So the improvement is unbelievable. And Victoria actually had a particular subtype of ALL that the cure rate should have even been better than that.
Victoria's treatment was to take 2.5 years. And at the end of 2.5 years of chemo, Victoria was to be finished with her treatment.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to hand this over to Dr. Frickback and see what she has to say.
Well, what's your name again?
My name is, Bunny McBunkbunk.
Well, Bunny McBunkbunk.
So cute.
Today, our breaking story is about a little dog named Arfie.
First time I met Victoria, we were doing a radiothon at a radio station in Houston, Texas. She was very full of energy and was already considered a long-term survivor of leukemia.
At the end of 2.5 years, when Victoria's treatment was over, they performed another spinal tap and a bone marrow test.
Joellen called me and she had just the worst news ever, and that is that Victoria's cancer had returned. Victoria at that time decided she was going to fight and entered the hospital for what would turn out to be an extremely long stay.
And he asked her at that time, he said, "Victoria, do you like to play video games?" She said, "I love to play video games."
So I put the word out to a website that I work with called Sarcastic Gamer, and the online community responded in droves. What I expected to be a couple of games that might come from here and there instead turned out to be things coming from all over the world. So much so that it became sort of overwhelming. Tori had to end up giving it away to other kids who were also stuck in the hospital.
And she made it through, and 9 months later, she relapsed again. So this was 3 times she was told that she had cancer.
She couldn't be around other people that could have any infections. You know, when she was out, she had to wear her masks.
During this time, Victoria contracted a fungal infection, which is from a very low immune system, and she had little to no immune system left.
And I asked her what she wanted for Christmas, and she said, "I'd really just like to get out of this hospital and go see Christmas lights. Christmas lights are something my family and I go see together all the time, and I can't even leave to go see Christmas lights." And after about 10 minutes, we rolled back upstairs to her room, and we had our picture made in front of a little Christmas tree. And I said goodbye. In that picture is one of my most prized possessions, because it was taken just moments before I saw my friend for the last time. And Victoria passed away before I could get back to see her.
Victoria passed away on January 21st, 2008, after a 4-year battle with leukemia, failed bone marrow transplants, and fungal infections.
It was as a result of Tori's death, sitting at her funeral, that I made up my mind that I needed to be doing this, not just a couple days a year with a radiothon, but I needed to be doing this with my life.
Doc wanted to do something special for Victoria, in memory of Victoria, and he came up with a fundraiser called ExtraLife. And this fundraiser would be for the gaming community.
It just occurred to me that gamers should be able to do the things they love to help sick and injured kids as well. And so ExtraLife was born. 1,200 gamers showed up on October 15th in 2008.
With this year's ExtraLife Gaming Marathon, we're helping save kids' lives. You don't even have to be a crime-fighting superhero.
Each and every year afterwards, it continued to grow. Gamers responded by being able to game for their local hospitals.
We've grown since 2010 from a small group of over 4,000 gamers to a massive movement comprised of over 50,000 gamers who helped raise over $6.1 million in 2014 alone.
Video games are like the #1.
You don't even have to be a crime-fighting superhero.
Each and every year afterwards, it continued to grow. Gamers responded by being able to game for their local hospitals.
We've grown since 2010 from a small group of over 4,000 gamers to a massive movement comprised of over 50,000 gamers who helped raise over $6.1 million in 2014 alone.
Video games are like the #1 form of entertainment on planet Earth, have been now for quite a while.
Anyone could be involved in ExtraLife.
Gamers aren't that pale kid in mom and dad's basement. They're mom and dads, their aunts and uncles.
A young child to an older adult to a grandparent.
You can take all that fun of playing games for 24 hours and reach out to your friends and bring them to your environment.
Or if you want to play a board game, a card game.
The funds that ExtraLifers raise can go to a variety of purposes in the local area at the local hospital.
So maybe your extra $20 or your extra $50 goes to curing 87% of children with leukemia.
They might buy an isolette for a baby that
is born the size of a cell phone and has to fight for its life.
I can guarantee you that that money goes directly back to these children to keep this from happening again to someone else's child.
Getting involved with ExtraLife is really simple. You just have to go to the website at extra-life.org, put in a few details in there, join a team if you'd like to, or create one. After that, it's as simple as fundraising with your friends and family. Let them know why you are doing this.
So as you can see, I am not doing this for my own. I am doing this to help the children. As you can see, that poor little girl been through 4 years of cancer. And then the man who helped her. As you can see, well, I feel like this fundraiser is a really good thing. Put on my music again, I'm sorry. I feel like this fundraiser is a really good choice. And so in the Everyone Bulletin, you can still turn the volume down. Everyone Bulletin, as you can see. Game day is November 5th, okay? I will be on in the morning on Twitch. I will try to get my times out. I try to get my times out. And this is also for Wizard101. I might as well go ahead and do the Mirage newsletter. Okay. So this is the Mirage newsletter. We kind of knew Mirage was going to come out for some time, as you guys can see. So More Than Just Mirage was a really fun month. We finally left the new world. Don't worry, it'll be revealed. There's a shadow in the distance. So we see this thing here that looks like a shadow. Then we see a wizard background. We see like some alley and yeah, like this thing in the back. So we don't know what that is, but just from knowing that Volkov's child is a scorpion, it may be a picture of a scorpion. I haven't seen these teasers. We could try to look at one. It's a realist. Throwing some Constantinople. So basically that's just what it is. But in all seriousness, game day, November 5th, I'll be on mostly all day. Hopefully